All right. Okay, guys, so I have a few things that I wrote down this week in my notes that I want to share with you guys. These points have kind of helped me reframe my mindset a little bit this week. I'm going to be completely honest, I've been a little bit of a mental rut, and I haven't been able to push past some bad habits, some addictions, you could say. My sleep has been all fucked until recently. I've been fixing that. And I made a few mindset shifts that have been really helpful that I kind of want to share with you guys. Some of it actually has to do with sales. Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of helpful. I've been taking some more. I had a sales meeting today in person, actually. And yeah, that was actually really awesome because he was in my network before I started doing marketing. He actually runs the smoothie bar at my local gym that I go to every single day that I've been going to for the past 2 months, and he's helped me improve my nutrition and get my physique to where I am pretty happy with it. I mean, there's still more work to do, but I've definitely come a long way. I used to be fat as shit. So yeah, he was in my network, and so I just contacted him a few weeks ago, and I was like, hey man, like, let's connect, let's see if we can do some business. So I had a sales meeting with him today. Didn't close him, but I'm thinking when the new year comes and his business starts to pick up a little bit, he'll have a little bit more money to invest in my product. So that was really cool. And that kind of actually leads to my first point, in that businesses, when they're just starting out, are built on the network that you already have. Cold calling, outbound, all of that, like, yes, that is a skill that you should 100% develop. You should not ever put that to the wayside. However, you have so many resources at your fingertips. I guarantee if you live in the US or even in Europe or most of the world, you have some sort of network, whether that is through your parents, as some people are fortunate enough, including myself. I'm going to be honest here. I have a pretty good network due to my parents' situation. My mom is a business owner. She was actually my first client, and so she's been helping me network with other people. But I guarantee you know someone who knows someone, and I think the most important thing is just making connections every single day. I have a daily to-do list on Notion, and if you haven't used Notion, I highly suggest it. It's basically Microsoft OneNote, but way better. I have a checklist every single day and a task list, and my top priority every single day is prospect and meet people. Just connect with people, man. Like, going to the gym, I see someone I know, and I'm like, hey, like, oh, I notice you do this business. Yeah, this is actually what I do. I help business owners get more clients, this, that, and the other. And that's kind of how I got connected with this guy at my smoothie bar, because I've been getting smoothies from him for 2 years, and then I don't know why, it just didn't click. And then I was like, wait, dude, I need to do this guy's social media. I need to do this guy's marketing. I need to increase his revenue. Like, he's helped me out. I want to help him out. So I made that connection, and boom, sales meeting. So I guarantee you guys know people who know people. That's the biggest thing, man. You definitely have a network. There's no way that you're living on an island completely isolated from everyone. You got to make these connections every day. You got to get out of the fucking house. Like, if you're not doing anything other than quote unquote working, which however you define that work, it might not be the actual thing you should be doing. You need to get out, man. Go for a fucking walk or something. Go ride your bike and just meet people. If you're going to the store, talk to the store owner, man. Like, you're at a restaurant, right? You look them up. You don't have that many reviews. Like, let me help you out. This is what I do. Da da da. If you have business cards, hand them out, bro. You need business cards, man. You need to make those connections. So that's really important. Businesses, when they're just starting out, especially in marketing, man, are built on referrals. Like I said, even if you don't have experience, people that know you are more willing to invest in you because they trust you, because you have a connection with them. Obviously, don't do any sales pitches with people that you know that hate you. That doesn't even make sense, right? That's like devil's advocate. But if you know someone that you interact with weekly or monthly, that is a pretty consistent interaction, and your interaction's not bad, even if it's just in passing, connect with these people, man. Like, there's so much money to be made. These people will trust in you just because they know you, just because they're familiar. Trust is not necessarily based on your merit and what you can actually do, but on familiarity. If they've seen you a bunch of times, they're more likely to trust you just because they've seen you a bunch of times. So that's the biggest thing, man. Like, I guarantee you have a network. Like, make those connections, make that money. So the next thing on my list, it says, what's most personal is the most universal. So this is a bit of a self-improvement kind of thing, actually. I was watching a video on doing some shadow work, which, if you don't know, there is a very well-known psychologist, Carl Jung. I'm actually reading his book, Memories, Dreams, and Reflections. It's this is a little bit fucked up, but I highly suggest this book. It's insane. It's so interesting. Like, beyond what you get taught it is just such an interesting book. I highly recommend it. And he explains about this thing called the shadow. Everyone has one. I think everyone knows that you portray a face out in public that isn't your true personality. It isn't your true nature. Most people will never actually see your true intentions, your true nature, and your true personality. Most of the time you keep that very, very hidden, and what happens is, over the years, you start to essentially, you get taught by society that your true personality is not as accepted as the one that you put out in front of people, the front, so to speak. But the problem with that is, it is not necessarily unacceptable from a morality standpoint or an actual value standpoint, but because everyone else is throwing up a front, if they see that you're not throwing up a front and you become unique, you become outside of the pack, they will kind of form you and say, this is not acceptable. When you're younger and, you say something that you have an opinion on that's very out of the ordinary, they will say, that's unacceptable in society. And then over time, when you're young, your mind is still malleable, and you will change your behaviors regardless of what you actually believe, right? You might get home, as you sit with yourself, you understand, oh my God, like this, I don't believe in this. This is what happens. You start to separate your actual personality from the person that you put in front of others. And that separation widens over the years. And then you have this inner child from years and years ago that doesn't feel accepted. And that's where so many people get fucked up on. So real quick, this thing, it says, what's most personal is the most universal. If you share something personal, you might actually find that a lot of people can sympathize and empathize with you because they feel the same way, even though it's not shared. Like, we are all walking around saying, I'm not anxious. I'm a confident person. I'm not depressed. I don't fear for the future. I don't have anxiety. I'm confident with who I am. I love myself. You see that. You don't see, this is what I'm actually feeling. I'm actually really sad every time. I get out of bed and, I feel a lot of social anxiety. I don't like talking to people. And, in my past, this thing happened and it affected how, you don't see any of that. All you see is the front. So I am working on this myself. I think everyone should just be more honest about who you are. Be more yourself. The next point is about doing hard things. And it says, each time you have to do something you don't want to do, remember there are many other people around the world doing that thing at that very moment. Cold calling is an exceptional example of this. I actually found this quote from this book, Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Sell or Be Sold. I highly suggest this book as well. It teaches you everything about sales in life, and that to have a great life, you actually need to be a great salesman. Regardless of your job or occupation, you need to be able to sell yourself. Yeah, back to this quote. Each time you have to do something you don't want to do, remember there are many other people around the world doing that thing at that moment. I think it gives you a lot of peace and realize, okay, it's actually okay. I'm not dead. I'm not gonna die by making these cold calls. Yes, it's really scary. I don't necessarily know how to handle objections. Yes, I do want to sell them something, and yes, they're very apprehensive about being sold. But think about it. The same time that you're dialing, picking up the phone and talking to 100 people, dreading it, the same time that I guarantee you at least 100 plus people are doing the exact same thing around the world at the same time. So it gives you a bit of a sense of connection and realize that you're not alone. Like, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're doing, there are other people feeling and doing the same things. You're not alone. Don't ever feel like you are. A little bit of inspiration. The third point is commitment. In order to really get what you want, you have to commit 100%. Like, I can't even explain how it's a difficult thing to do. I'm not gonna falsify it. Committing to making those calls every day, committing to becoming a good salesperson, committing to, if you're joining me on the SMMA side of things, committing to your agency doesn't mean I'm going to create a website and I know I'm going to get rich because of X, Y, or Z. No. It means despite how you feel, you're going to wake up and feel like, fuck, dude, like, I don't want to do this shit, but I know, like, it's getting difficult, but I just have to keep going. So how does a person commit? This is from this book, one more time. seller be sold, Grant Cardone, says, what I do is eliminate any and all other options and devote myself to learning everything I can about the topic. I become a fanatic, 100% absorbed, all in, a super freak. I stop questioning and get in all the way. Furthermore, I discontinue looking at other options. Committing is as simple as picking a place to park your car. Find a spot, pull in, and get out of the car. You don't keep looking for another space in which to park. Commit and be done with it. Committing is when you make a firm decision, you quit wondering, and then you follow through on your commitments with actions. So if you get the idea, I want to do SMMA, you have to say, okay, I'm going to do it. And you can't look at shiny object after shiny object after shiny object. Oh, well, now this industry, my friends are making a lot of money. That industry didn't end up working out. Now this industry, now that product, now this thing. No, if you truly want to get what you want out of life, you have to commit 100% all the way, because you'll be mediocre. Like, you'll be mediocre at best, and then you'll just keep leaving, and the cycle will continue. What happens often is that people will see a perceived outcome, and they're not told or given all of the responsibility associated with achieving that outcome. So SMMA, for example, people like Iman Gaji and a few others promote financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. And you know, they're like, it's so easy. It's so easy to sell. There's so much money people are leaving on the table. There's so much abundance. And yes, that is true. I wouldn't say it's easy, because it's not. It's simple, but it is not easy by any means whatsoever. And then you start to realize, once you actually start doing it, holy shit, I have to make 100 calls every single day at least, plus send out all these emails, plus get insane at service delivery, plus upgrade my sales skills, plus have a 12-hour workday, 6 days of the week to build this business. Then what people do is they say, oh, this looks greener over there, it'll be easier over there. The truth is, it's not. It's really not. You know what it would have been easier is if you kept going instead of restarting in another industry, finding more bullshit, and then leaving again. If you would have kept going, you would have conquered one thing at a time. Okay, sales, I gotta learn sales. Boom, sales calls. Gotta make cold calls. Gotta make 100 billion cold calls. Okay, I'm gonna call every freaking day. I'm gonna call, and eventually you start recording your calls. You start looking at and finding patterns. You begin to predict results. From there, you get better at sales, and everything starts falling into place. Oh, you need to learn service delivery. Here's how to do Facebook ads. Okay, you learn Facebook ads, done. You can learn Facebook ads in like 4 hours on YouTube. It's not hard. On to the next thing. Look at things in the present moment. People get so connected to the future and the outcome of where they should be, and instead of doing the actions every day to get to that place, they keep ruminating in the future and then never get anything done. This is procrastination. Like, what the fuck are you doing? All you have to do today, right now, is make cold calls. That's it. Make cold calls. That's it. Prospect. Connect with people. Oh, okay. The first 100 didn't pick up your call, or said no, or said get the hell off of my phone. Okay, you keep picking up the fucking phone, dude. It's that simple. There's a formula, and you got to stick to the damn formula. Upgrade your script. Okay, split test your script, but stop going for shiny object after shiny object after shiny object. You'll just get distracted, and you'll never be good. Commit 100% to one thing. So this final thing is regarding when you are in a sales call and you get objection about cost. This quote also comes from this book. I love this book. Okay, if you can't tell, I love this book. It says, the conviction that you have regarding your product is more important than the conviction that others have about their facts and figures. If you are so damn convinced that your product can help someone achieve their financial goals and increase their revenue, there's only one thing that you can say when people say, I don't want to go into debt. It's too much money. I can't do it right now. You say, that's not a problem. Our program, this is our guarantee. Number one, you have to get sold. You have to get sold first. You have to get sold on your product. No matter what, you have to sell yourself, and do this in any way possible. You must completely sell yourself on your product, because your conviction matters most in sales. Even if people have 1,000,000 times the budget needed for your product, if you're not convinced that your product can genuinely help them and get what they want, you're not going to sell anything. So if people say, I don't have the money for it, I can't do this program, I don't have the money for it, I totally understand you don't have the money for it right now. I'm not even asking for an upfront deposit. All I want you to do is sign this 3-month contract. By the end of the first month, this is what you're going to pay. You're going to pay $1,800. By that time, you will have well over the amount to be able to pay us. And then in the next coming 3 months, we will have tripled, quadrupled, doubled, whatever the hell your offer is. 15 clients per month. Thank you, Thomas Gannett. Whatever the hell your offer is. So the risk that's involved is that you don't buy from us and you keep losing money and you keep staying in debt, or you buy from us and you face the short-term pain, but over this month and the next coming 3 months, you turn your business completely upside down and you 3x your return with us, and we keep doing business and everyone's happy. All the conviction that you need is that you can actually freaking help them, and that's pretty much it. Book recommendations: I haven't read these books yet, so I can't recommend them, but you might want to look at them. Mastery, Robert Greene. 48 Laws of Power, everyone knows this book. Memories, Dreams, and Reflection, I can 100% recommend this. Absolutely love this book. Even if you don't take anything away from it, it is so interesting. It is so damn interesting. Finally, Sell or Be Sold, Grant Cardone. I can't recommend this one enough. I'm only 60 pages in, and the value that I've gotten from it is insane. He teaches that, you know, everything in life is a sale, and you have to genuinely sell yourself on your product, on your career, on whatever you're trying to sell to others. You got to first sell to yourself. So, love those books. If you are an upcoming agency owner, you need Go High Level. It is the best CRM software that money can buy, and I have a 14-day free trial for you in the link in the description. Click that. I get a little bit of commission. Go help me out. All right? Me to you, you to me. I'm providing value. You're providing value. It's mutual. All right. I love you guys. Genuinely. Thank you. This is like, I do this for myself, yes, but it's nice to know that other people see this and hopefully get some value out of it. So I appreciate you guys.